What's the haps? I'm Meroka, and today I'm going to be taking an early look at Salt by Lavaboots Studios. This is a game I took a look at a little while back, kind of, sort of. I played the demo of this game for International Talk Like a Pirate Day, and I did a very, very silly take on it. I did it all in a pirate accent, and I didn't really explain any of the game. And they've recently come to me and sent me an early access copy, so I thought I'd delve into it and try and actually show you what it's about. So, let's head into the options menu, as we do. We have a variety of graphical options. Some of them probably won't mean a lot to some people. I think specifically looking at forward rendering, which is kind of a bit of a technical term, mostly used within development. I think a lot of players probably won't know what that is. I've had to look it up, and as far as I can make out, it's forward rendering is an older way of doing lighting that older graphics cards can handle, and more modern ones tend to use deferred rendering. So if you've got enough nice new shiny new graphics card, that's great. If you're having trouble with it, I suppose you check that because you want to do it the old-fashioned way or something, maybe. Now we have various visual effects, sun shafts, bloom, high dynamic range. Field of view doesn't actually have any kind of friggin' value on that. I mean, you can see it in the background, so at least you can get a handle on exactly how much field of view you are going to be getting, but nonetheless, it'd be nice to actually have a bit of a figure on that. So most people are probably going to have a preferred value that they tend to play at, so it'd be nice if they could actually, you know, pick that, rather than just having to guess at what that kind of is in the background. Shadows, we can just... lighting is a thing they're quite big on in this. The lighting is the one thing that seems to be done generally pretty well. Volume, we've got music on a separate slider to master volume. I feel like other things should surely be on separate sliders. Having music and master volume separate is kind of weird. If that's the only slider, why are we bothering? But okay, gameplay options, we've got a few different things. Lock sensitivity, control support, well, not totally, but mostly. Got island spawn distance. That seems like that's just a way of determining how much sailing you're going to have to do in this. For there is sailing, which is why I'm interested in this game. So I'm going to continue on. Let us head on into my existing world. I think this is actually the same world that I did that one-off video in, and I had a lot of good stuff in this world, so I've kind of carried on with it. So, we're here, we're on an island. We wake up, stranded, marooned somewhere on an island, and the only thing we have in our inventory is, at the time, where the heck is it? This UI for the inventory is not amazing, if I'm honest, but we wake up with a strange journal, that's the one. The person unknown to me happened upon you lying here while I was searching the island. They tried to wake me up, didn't manage it. They left a chest on the island for me to take the stuff that's in there, and you can make a basic raft out of that, which is okay, that's cool. Let's get rid of that. And then you could go off and you can go forage around the island. This is a kind of open world survival thing, kind of, but it's not as heavy on the old survival as many other survival games. A lot of survival games throw a lot of nasties at you and expect you to fend off them all and fight for your life all the time. This is a bit more chilled out. This is more about exploration, ambience, enjoying the scenery. There are a lot of islands, all of them slightly, subtly different to each other. And you can go sail around the ocean blue and reach different islands and find out what each of them have in store. Some of them will have pirates, some of them will have wildlife, some of them will be fairly barren. You have to do a bit of searching for it on the first island, but on the first island you do get this pickaxe. It's kind of just lying on the floor. It's easy to miss, by the way, so it's worth searching for that thing. You can make a bow out of some plant fibers to make some string and some wood. We can make a club, literally just out of some wood. It's basically a weapon, but it's an awful weapon. If I press C, I can bring up the crafting menu kind of thing. So each of these is things that I've got, and I can right-click them over here to move them over into the left-hand one. So if I were to say take plant fibers, you can see there I can now craft 3 plant fibers, crafts 1 cloth. I don't know if I need them right now, so I won't do that. I have to right-click them over there to move them back out. Black flowers, I can make that into a black flower potion, which is poisonous. We've got white flowers makes a healing potion, I do believe. It's probably worth my while making one of those, so I shall make a healing potion. There we go. That's how you do crafting. It's not terribly complex, it's fairly self-explanatory. It's just figuring out the recipes is the tough bit, really. When you start, you also have this basic crafting recipe book, which says, here's all the basic things in the game. So it tells you how to make 2 different boats, tells you how to make a few bits of clothing, a few bits of weaponry, basic tools and things. I'm not sure how you would use a tripwire. I've not really seen that one. I suppose I could try that. Log and a plant fiber. Let us make it. Let's make a tripwire, just to see what in the heck a tripwire does. We got log. I have lots of log, and plant fiber makes. There we go. That is a tripwire. Craft me one of those. Where is it? Where did it go? In my inventory somewhere. There we go. 1 tripwire. Can be tripped over. Placeable. There's nothing to craft that. I don't want to craft that. I want to. I see. And then we can just play. I presume this just literally trips up anything that tries to run past it. So if I were to put that there. Oh, okay. I'm not sure where. What? That's just a slightly strange mechanic. Excuse me. I'm not a well child. Yeah. Okay, so basically that consumes the tripwire and applies a snare, I guess, for a few seconds. Okay. Fairly simple mechanic then. Does the job. So if a pirate is chasing you down, I guess you could slow him and then shoot him a few times in the face with a bow. I don't think I picked up on this before, but I am now. The ambient noise is on a fairly obvious loop. That's kind of annoying. That could perhaps maybe smooth it out a little bit. A lot of this is kind of still feels a bit rough around the edges. The visuals are sort of, it's got a really nice visual style, but it's also a slightly mismatched style. Some of the stuff just doesn't kind of fit. I like this sort of slightly abstract grass and sand texture here, and then I don't know, some of the trees just feel like they're kind of trying. Ooh, stuffs. The trees feel like they're going for maybe a little bit more realism than some of the other stuff. I don't know. Doesn't quite match up. It'd be nice if they found a coherent style that they could go with, I think. Because right now it's just not quite as coherent as you might like. So most of it is wandering around scavenging. There were, I know, at some point pirates on this island, because I had a wander around this island before. I'm trying to see if I can find them. The character models in this, for the love of God, I hope are placeholders. I will say that much, because the character models in this are awful. Really dire, laughably bad, unfortunately. So I really hope they're placeholders. So this is, like I say, this is an early access game, and it's rough around the edges. I have high hopes for this because the sailing and exploration thing is really, really friggin' cool. But at the same time, right now, it's a little bit rough in places. I'm not finding any pirates. All the pirates have abandoned me. Oh well. Okay, nothing to see here. Let's go sailing. How about that? That is a thing we can do. So I have crafted both the boats that they teach you to make early on in the game. I believe there are more later, but I don't know how, when, where I will get those. I shall have to get the books from something. So, boats, it seems you can just summon your boats to you wherever you are in the world with a snap of your finger. So if I press B, it brings up the boat menu. I've got my sailing raft. So I can right-click. There we go. There is a raft. I don't know where that's been left, but I can summon it to my person. It's by going... Whoop, there's a raft. I can also summon this thing, which is a little bit better. Sailboat. Yeah. So these are 2 boats. This is the raft is the first one you will make, and this one requires some fairly expensive resources, and I'm not sure where I got them from, but I got them from somewhere when I was doing that silly Talk Like a Pirate Day nonsense, so I'm okay with that. So let us take the good boat. If you just jump into the water and press E, you will just teleport into it pretty much. I like the sailing. It's fairly simple, but kind of cool. So you have to interact with the sail to make it go, and you can interact with it again to stop it. So let's get that up. And then you have to interact with the wheel. Hold E to interact, and then you can spin the wheel back and forth to go. And spinning the wheel's really satisfying on this thing. It's really cool. And just let go of E to recenter it, to be honest. I don't know how many islands there are out there. This looks like I'm sailing into the void. I thought there were supposed to be infinite islands, but I don't know. I see an island over there, so we're going to head for that one. Heads over this way. Come on. To the left. A little bit. I think we're good. We're on heading to this island. This is the kind of game that makes you want to sing sea shanties. I've been a wild rover for many's the year. I spent all my money on whiskey and beer. That's a sea shanty, right? I think it is. I know they used that as the basis for one of the songs in Raven's Cry, which I'm looking forward to still, which has been delayed again. But yeah, so if they call it a sea shanty, I'm going to call it one. Oh, hang on, no, don't set the sail. There is a day-night mechanic. I probably picked a really bad time to be going out because, well, the sun is setting. I suppose I could be doing a spot of crafting whilst I'm here. Some logs and some coal, I think. Oh, nuts. How do you make a campfire? I'm going to have to check my book, I think. Crafting journal. So a campfire is 3 logs and 2 flints. Oh. Oh my. I don't think I have any flint. That could be a problem. That could be a significant problem. What is that? There's a magnetic stone. There's a stone block. Nope, I don't have the flint I require. This is going to be a long night. It gets really dark in this game. And yes, this is how you moor a ship. You crash it into a beach. Because I can summon it at will. That's fine. Yeah, I either need to find an existing campsite on this island, and I'm not sure I saw one. To be quite honest with you. God, I could stumble into anything in the dark here. I'm not sure I saw any existing camps on this site. Pirates tend to leave camps behind, which is kind of useful. But I might be out of luck here. You can use the pickaxe to break rocks if you find a rock, but how am I going to find it in the dark? And then I might get some flint if I'm lucky, and then I could use that flint to make a campfire. I should have really slept the night on the other island where there was a campfire, because you can only sleep at a campfire. And then sailed over here the following day. I suppose I could sail back through the night. Is that a wise move? I can barely see the ocean, much less the island. Plus, I don't know where I left my boat anymore. I can't see anything here. Oh my word. What is that over there? Are they just trees on another island? I think they may be. Yeah. Ooh. I have found a weak boulder, I think. Is this a pickaxe? Am I holding a pickaxe? Where's the boulder? It's going to swing wildly in the dark until I find the boulder. Where is the boulder? Must be somewhere slightly in front of me. There it is. I see it. In the dark. Come on, flint. I need some flints. I didn't get any flint. Alright. The boulders don't disappear or break or anything, which is also slightly annoying. I guess it's darkest just after the sunset, because now there's just a teensy bit of moonlight lighting up everything, which is nice, I guess. Again, it's not like other survival things. It's not like there's a lot of nasties come out after dark to make a mess of you or anything. It's just really difficult to see at night. The green bar in the bottom is my hunger, so I will have to find food at some point, which is about the only real survival element of this. That's the only thing. Okay, you can get into a fight with stuff like the other pirates, but they're easily avoidable if you don't want to fight them. It's not like they're going to seek you out and pick a fight, really. You have to pretty much go to them. And yeah, starvation is about the only risk you face. I don't know where I left my boat. However, at least I can see things by moonlight now, so that's alright. Okay, so if I go into my inventory, I do have a few bits of food somewhere. I've got some ripe fruit, some tree fruit, and some juicy fruit, which increases my run speed. Sounds quite useful. I thought I had some deer meat, or maybe I don't. I've got deer guts, which can be used as fishing bait, which implies there is a fishing mechanic in the game, which I've not yet found. So it seems like there's a few interesting things in here. Does it say fishing rod anywhere? Can I make a fishing rod? Apparently not. I wonder if you can guess the fishing rod recipe. What would make a fishing rod? A wood log, presumably. Or maybe a bamboo pole. Bamboo pole and some plant fibers. No? Okay. Then I don't know how to make a fishing rod. I've been thwarted. I do also have the other book, which is Tools of Battle Volume 1. No, I don't want to craft it, I just wanted to read it. So, there we go. Look for a log of pure hardwood. It will provide you with a much better and satisfying bonk on whatever foe crosses your path. The same goes for bows and arrows. Oh. I don't think I made my bow from hardwood. That would have been interesting to note. Moonrock sword. The night is aglow with a mysterious sword that seems to magnify the moonlight. I've only ever been able to mine small shards of it. Persistence will win you enough to craft a fair blade attached to the blade to a hilt of hardwood. Interesting. A scimitar. Yeah, some interesting things in there. And like I said, I think there are other crafting books you can find in like treasure chests or looted off the bodies of pirates and things. I kind of want to set sail to try and find an island that has something, but I'm concerned I may never come back because I don't know where I'm sailing. Because it's really dark. Anyway, yeah. I don't know. Well, maybe I should just leave it here because there's a campsite. Yes. I was going to say. Well, okay. Maybe let's carry on for a few more minutes then. I was thinking the darkness is going to inhibit my ability to actually do anything meaningfully, but someone has a campsite. I think you can only use these things twice, so I will rest. So make the most of it. The default is 5 hours for whatever reason, and maybe that was a little bit too much, but hey. Yeah, the campsite has now expired, and I will steal whoever's camps that was logs. So now we can explore the island the next day. I'm not sure if there's any significant weather system. It seems like it's perpetually gorgeous sun, in my experience. It'd be nice to see. It'd be nice to see things change in this world. It'd be nice to see the world differ. Especially when you implement something like seasons. If there's some seasonal changes, that'd be really awesome. I don't know where in the world this is supposed to be. Oh, hey, there's some flint. Now when I don't need it. Of course. A little island over there. A little flat island. I think the islands do just degenerate infinitely. But there are some places where you start sailing, it's like, this just looks like I'm sailing off the edge of the world. There are some large boulders which cannot be broken, I don't know why. This is that's a grub, I guess. Which looks a lot like a boulder. Okay, go figure. You got the little green meter above the big green meter is my sprint meter, and it depletes really fast and charges really slowly, I will say that much for it. Be nice if there were would be nice if there were ways to upgrade your upgrade stuff like that, so you could sprint for longer or whatnot. But was that the island I came? That might actually be the island I came from. Actually, come to think of it, because I just saw my boat over here, which means I came in from this way. The islands are bigger than you might initially imagine. You look at them and you're like, oh, it's not that big an island, but it's pretty easy to get lost on them at times. It's like, I have been past this cove 3 times, I feel, and I've still not found my boat again. And it's not like it's a big deal, because you can just press B and go, boop, let's have a boat. I wish to have my sailboat, and it will go here. And then you can just hop on board and set sail into the briny blue. I'm not sure if I'm not sure if this is dramatically different to the raft. It's nicer to sail on. I guess it must be faster slightly, but I don't know. It doesn't feel drastically different to actually sail. The difference with the other one is the other one has kind of it just has a rudder at the back, and you have to sort of steer it by hand. I suppose I should have taken that for a spin to show you. I wonder if I can do that from this boat. Can I? I should wait till we come to a stop. And then I will take the raft. I will. Come on. Stop. That's good. That's good enough. Come on. Out of the boat. Onto the raft. Well, that was a maneuver. So yeah, we got this, which means you can either stare at the back of the boat and try and do it backwards, or I found a surprisingly effective way to do it is actually to stand by the rudder and steer it this way. I'm not sure if there are wind mechanics. It does seem like I sometimes sail slower or faster depending on where I'm heading, but it might just be due to turning. It'd be nice if there were some actual sort of wind mechanics where you have to sail into the wind, or well, not into the, well, sail with the wind or at an angle to the wind to get to most effectiveness. Because that's one of the things I always liked about Pirates of the Burning Sea is like just the intricacy of ships. If we're gonna have ships, make them intricate. Give me some detail. Different ships work differently, and this should be reflected in things. This ship such as it is a ship, this raft, this one doesn't reset back to neutral when you let go of it, so if I were to do that and then let go, we are just going to spin endlessly, so I probably don't want to do that. To get back onto a bearing. I've actually, now that I can compare them, like, immediately, I will say I feel like this is going a lot slower than the other one. I should probably get back onto my nice ship, because my nice ship was nice. So yeah, it's kind of a, this game's a bit basic, a bit crude, a bit rudimentary at the moment, but I have high hopes for it. I don't, having spoken to the developer briefly on Reddit a while back, I'm not necessarily sure whether their vision for the game is what I would want their vision for the game to be. But I mean, a game like this, what I'm wanting is to be able to build friggin' naval warships. I want a galleon, for God's sake, and I want to be able to take it up against other galleons and blow them out of the water, to be honest. But I'm not quite sure that's what they're going for. It just seems to be more messing about in boats. And you know what, I can dig messing about in boats. Messing about in boats is cool. It's a pretty enough world. The lighting's, I don't know, I guess this is dynamic lighting, but it kind of is, it's just, I think it's the way the dynamic lighting is projected onto leaves that are effectively just a flat surface, which kind of, it makes it look a bit strange at times. There's a lot of rough bits here and there, like, as I said, the lighting looks kind of odd. The lighting engine is nice, but it's projected onto a weird world, so it's maybe not doing the lighting engine justice. So there's a lot of pretty bits, and there's a lot of rough bits as well to this, and probably needs a lot of work. I'm surprised I haven't bumped into any pirates anywhere, because I wanted to show you how ridiculously derpy they look. Admittedly, if you go back and find my last video, I did bump into a bunch then, and you could see them then, and they looked ridiculous, so go find my old Salt video, and you can go and see how ridiculous the pirates look. So yeah, would I advise picking this up on Early Access now? I'm not so sure. Let's say, it definitely needs some work. It needs quite a good bit of work. I'm not sure there's a whole hell of a lot of content in here. What we got there? Gold, logs, plant fibers, coal, and cloth. I will take it all. It does need a hell of a lot of work, but I think it shows some promise, and I definitely think it's one worth keeping an eye on in the future, because I think something very good could come of this. Let's definitely want to keep an eye on. So yes, thank you very much for watching. I've been Meroka. This has been Salt. We'll see you next time.